Okay, it says that I'm live, and I just want to make sure that it's showing up on my channel that I'm live. So let me just confirm that. Yeah, it looks like, yep. Got the confirmation that I am officially live. Hi, welcome to Trusting Love Tarot. I am Ms. D. I am your Sacred Union coach, here to show you the light that I see in you. So happy Valentine's Day. You know, I just finished my sessions from this morning, and you know, I know that this day can be pretty rough on some of you. And so I don't want you to feel all poo-poo. I don't want you feeling that this day needs to be a day where you're not feeling good and loving on yourself. Okay. So please love on you and love on yourself hard this day. So I actually have been guided to, I'm going to talk about a couple things here before I get going. Okay, so I'm going to be here for an hour. So if you guys are interested and you want to get a free Valentine's reading for your Sacred Union, Twin Flame, wherever you're at, this is the time. I know this is a really unique time that I'm doing it. But hello, this came up and I wanted to show this to you guys as I'm doing my scrapbooking, but more it's my vision board. I'm really wanting to add a lot of elements onto it because I'm wanting to kick butt this year. I don't know about you guys, but I really want to kick butt this year. And as I was going through all of my scrapbooking, this one came out and it's quite poignant. This is a message from Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine to your, okay, from your partner to you, from you to your partner. I just feel like that's so poignant right now in what you guys are going through. There's just so much upheaval that all of you have gone through. And I do want to talk about Valentine's itself. I want to talk about how some of you will be feeling sad this day. So let's take a look at Valentine's itself. Let's take a look at when you're single and how you should be embracing it. And when you're with someone, and you can embrace it however you want to, but know that this journey is all about self-love, plain and simple. It's all about loving on the self. So what a better day than to absolutely fall in love with you, to like hands down craziness, fall madly, deeply in love with you. That's what this is all about. And I know that sometimes we're like, oh, but I didn't get chocolates, I didn't get flour, and I don't have that person right with me. But know that if you've got love for them in your heart and they do for you, that you are together. You are already together. It's just a physical separation. Okay. And that nothing can really keep you guys apart. And I'm wearing my favorite sweatshirt. I know I'm really cash, but I want you guys to be feeling, I'm assuming I'm meeting you in your living rooms or your kitchen, and you're probably wearing your comfy clothes right now. I totally am. I've been off for 2 days. Oh my gosh, just totally enjoying myself. And I hope that you guys took some time to do that too. So let's get into this. Okay, I could rattle on. Also know too that any comments, any questions that you ask me, anything that is put here on the post, I remove that. So when I do put this on my channel and it goes live for everybody else to see, all of your comments, any of your personal questions, they will be removed. No one can see them. So if you have a question or if there's something personal that you want to know, only those that are on this live right now will be able to see what you have in the stream. Okay, so know that. So if you have a question for me, please go ahead and put it in, and then let's begin this. Okay, because I can feel it's going to be a really exciting read. Okay, so, I get this guy. We've got some real powerhouses of love and connection. I was feeling that before I even came on. Like my sessions even this morning, oh my goodness, the connections that you guys have are straight up on powerful. But there's something hidden. It's being guarded, it's being protected. But do you see how on the other side of where the guardian, there's this little spider, and it's almost like, you know how sometimes we're afraid, spider is so small. Spider is so small, but yet we give it a lot more power than what it actually needs to have, this little spider. There is something within your connection, maybe within yourself, that you're actually not seeing it. You're protecting this egg, but there's something on there. There is a fear. It's a tiny fear, because spiders are tiny, okay? But our fear of them is a lot bigger than what they actually are, right? Like some of them are really tiny. So I don't know if you've got a fear of spiders, but there is something in here that is being hidden that you're not looking at or that you're afraid of. You're protecting it, you're guarding it, but there's something that you're holding on to that is just a tiny little fear. What is it? Let's go in. Let's see. Oh, this came out in one of my readings this morning, my session. Flower child. There is some innocence to where you are in your journey and what you're allowing yourself to experience, how deep you're willing to go into the path of you, path of this union, path of the coming together. You're protecting it fiercely and you're allowing yourself to go in there and heal. But I'm just wondering if maybe this fear aspect, this little bit, is maybe something from your childhood that needs to be looked at and healed. And you're being called, right, to face it with love. Yeah, and there's something coming in. You already have the wisdom. You've already been given the guidance. There's something that has come in. It's either come from an elder that's within your family that you're closest to. This also reminds me of that Hermit card. This is that going in. This is the going deep. Are you willing to face it? Are you willing to go in and see what that spider is? I know it's yicky. This feels like it's icky business. This feels like it's sticky. There's something in it that's sticky. There's a web that's been woven. There's something that is sticky, hard to get out of for you. But if you were to pretend that you were a spider, how would you go about getting out of it? Something like that. There is some trail that you are on, your path. There is a wisdom, and it's within you to know that you can trust yourself, that you actually have it. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, you can ask questions. And as I was saying, I don't know how to say your beautiful name. Can I say, I'm just going to call you Shar. Okay, happy Valentine's. Yes, ask any questions, personal, whatever you want. Anybody who is in this live will see them. And then as soon as it goes live on my channel, I remove all of the questions. I remove all of the personal content so that it can't be seen by others. So please feel free. Okay, I want to honor your privacy because everybody's got their own journey and their own situation. I'm also getting this. Now, this is a guardian. There is someone really strong around you that wants to come in and share some wisdom. These two coming together, this is telling me that there is something that's trying to come in to tell you a message. Are you listening? Are you open? Or are you too stuck on seeing all the stickiness on all the sticky bits? You're not actually allowing yourself to see it further. Open yourself up to see it a different way. You know, it's when we're constantly looking at our current experiences through the eyes of the past, we're going to miss it. If you're constantly seeing it that way, or through the wounds of the wounded child, you're not going to experience it differently. So you're being asked to open up to seeing it a different way. Don't protect it so strongly that you miss all of the aspects because you're afraid. Yeah. There is something that's coming up in that for someone. Okay, let's go further. I want to pull, I'm getting a different energy in here. Okay. Okay, Shar. Okay. Part of that message that I just read was for you. It's about trusting the self. You know, but let's see what the cards have to say. You actually know within yourself. So my question back to you is, what are your intentions for your union? What are your intentions for this connection, this relationship? How are you bringing forward your best? Okay? Because that's what this is about. First is a journey of total self-discovery and love. Like you're going to go so deep into the falling in love with yourself that you're going to just, it's going to be a new love affair. And that's what it should be. Every day, I want you to have a really deep love affair with you. So if you can fall in love with you, okay. I love what you're saying here, Shar. But what I want you to do is instead of pointing over there and going, do it here. Okay, so I know your intentions are pure. I can feel that from you. and you really love him. I can feel that too. So my question to you that I'm being guided right now, and I want you to think about this, is why do you want to be with him? What is he going to bring you that you don't already have? So I want to feel into that energy. I want you to answer me as to why you want to be with him. What's going to happen? Is something going to change? What's going to happen? Yeah, and I get perception, because that's the thing, is that I'm getting it. How are you seeing him? How are you seeing him? Are you seeing him through the eyes of him actually not coming towards you? Sorry, my hair is all schmoopy. Are you imagining in your mind's eye that he's actually not on his way towards me? Because that actually will push him. It'll actually keep him over there. Whereas if in your mind's eye, you're like, okay, if I feel deep within myself, okay. So that Shar tells me that this love, okay, you need to pull it all into you. You are going to attract, you're going to pull in. Remember, you become the magnet of the experience that you want to have in your life. Okay? It's through our own intentions. It's through our love that we have for ourselves. It's falling in love with ourselves, because it's not about having someone fall in love with us. When we fall in love with ourselves, honestly, everyone falls in love with you. And then you will have the right person that is going to come in. It potentially, oh, look at this. And please guide me came through on 1111. Girl, you got this. You need to trust yourself. I feel this. I feel like you're doing this. There's too much here. I need you to get out of here, and I need you to bring it right down here, right into your heart, right into your heart. Good. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep loving yourself. How you see this connection, how you see your coming together, it's not about him. It's not over there. It's here. It's everything here. Love on you, love on them, love on you, love on them, love on you. But it's not I'm going to love you because I want to bring you over here. So I'm asking you, Shar, is that what you're doing? We've all done it. This is not judgment. This isn't I'm going to do it because if I do it, then I have the potential of getting you. I want you to be able to do it because you know within you, you just want to love, not to get something. Okay. You've already experienced that. You told me, right? You already had that with an ex and you didn't experience all of the love. And now you're wanting it fully. And you want to be loved by the other person. Well, guess what? They do. You just have to feel it inside. I'm getting this again. The guarding of the heart. Okay. Do you believe him? Okay. So has he been telling you verbally in the 3D that he's planning on coming? I need more cards. I feel there is a, yeah. Yeah. Do not put your life on hold. Do not put your heart and your life on hold. Because do you see that? Like, do you see how tiny, like he's just nurturing in there and he's breathing in all of the energy, but it's going in only for him and it's not expanding out. When we focus our attention on a single person who we believe is going to be the be all end all of everything, we actually lose ourselves. And we've all done it. Okay, so what I'm being guided to ask you to do is to pull all of your energy back to yourself from him This is not to punish him. This is none of that. This is so that you can completely feel yourself within yourself. Good. This is setting yourself free. What I'm guiding you to do is going to set you free. Okay. So I want you to, wherever you are right now, you're in your living room, you're in your kitchen, you're sitting, have your feet planted. And I want you to imagine that you're asking, you're like, I pull all of my energy. I pull all of me back to me. I pull it all back to me. And imagine that around you, you are protected by this beautiful golden egg. And that as all of your energy comes back to you, that it's being filtered and purified, it's clean, it's clear, and that it's coming all back to you to fill you up full. Okay? It's when you can feel all centered within yourself and feeling the love that you have. Hi, goddess. I can totally do that for you. Okay. So I want you to pull your energy back to you, because I'm being told and shown. So this is the scribe. So one of the things that that I've been studying is Akashic. So I've been doing Akashic readings. Right now, just for myself. I'll be doing them for others as well. But this is kind of telling me that there is a lesson that was learned between the two of you. And when you do set yourself free from him, all the answers will be revealed. When you stand to yourself, yes, it feels relaxing. Very good. You feel like you're in session with me, and you do, and you are getting it. That's why I'm doing more go lives. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn it all back around on you. You're going to make you the number one focus. And how I want you to do it is I want you to do it like this. I want you to, if you're already experiencing that beautiful bliss of love in your chest, okay, and you already have that beautiful love that's sitting there, I want you to imagine that you're sharing that with your future divine partner love. Don't put a face to it, nothing. I want you to energetically feel it within yourself. That's what I want you to hone, Char. And that is bringing up this divinely. This is where you're going to be super powerful, holding on to yourself. All of you, right? You're going to be the magnificent goddess. You are the magnificent goddess. Understand that and own it, okay? Because you are all of that. If you are only sharing your heart with an individual, please don't do that. You're here to share it. You got a lot of love in you, Char, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to turn all of that love onto you. Turn yourself on. Love yourself fully. Don't worry about him. Get to the point where you're actually not focusing on him anymore. Let it all go. See what happens. Okay. So goddess, you want a message? I will do you next. Okay. Good. And you're ready to manifest your emperor. Aren't we all? Just kidding. I've already met mine. Okay. So goddess, you've been on this journey for a little bit. You've actually, you're in a pretty good place. You're ready. Oh, and that's the biggest part of a journey, understanding that you're ready. Okay, so how do you know you're ready? Let's go through it. You start pimping yourself. Yeah. You start, I'm not going to show you the cards yet, goddess. You start getting yourself ready. You start working out. You start eating better. You start making love to yourself more. But one thing you do is you start learning about you. And I'm seeing that here. Like, I'm sorry, I keep turning it. But this is the knowledge. But this is that inner knowledge. This is that inner knowledge that is telling you exactly where you need to go. Goddess, you already know. You can already feel that something is coming. And that's why you're getting ready, you see? And you're enjoying your feminine bliss right now. You might have actually opened up a sexual side of yourself that you didn't know existed, and you did it on your own. It actually might have happened with your last partner, because I'm getting a real strong sexual energy that came in probably in the last little bit for you, where you learned something about yourself that's new, and that potentially flipped your switch, right? It's always nice to have that switch flipped on, hey? But there's a bit of wounding. There was a bit of healing. See how he's got that cut on his arm? There was a bit of pain. There was something that came, and that's why you feel like you're ready to take on a new love. You already know. You're just wanting confirmation. You got it. Okay. Oh, yeah, you are free, girl. We've got, look at this. Look at you being all free. Like, you're not too concerned, and that's actually the best place to be. You're really not too concerned. You're gonna let it come to you. Be free. Do you see how she is? She's open. What is the journey gonna bring? The journey is gonna be so beautiful and blissful. Okay? Just let it bring you, let it just open yourself to it. That's what I'm being guided. Like, just let it come. You'll know. Don't accept just whomever. You already know this. You don't need me to tell you that. Don't accept whoever comes off of the boat. You know how it is, right? Especially when you're like glowy. Like when you start taking care of yourself, primming and all of a sudden it's like you become this like energetic, like sexy goddess. Yes, you are the love you seek. So when you become all that you want to be in a partner, your partner comes. So it's all about you trying on how you want to be in the next partnership. Your partner is going to come. You're a beautiful goddess. Any man is going to come. He's going to come, and he's going to come swiftly in your direction. It's all about you and your discernment of choice and who you want to have in your life. Love is beautiful, and it can come in whatever form you want it to be. It's just a matter of you being open, but please don't make the list. Don't make that list of the tall, handsome, long legs, whatever your list is, okay? Could you put yourself into a place of total surrender and just leave it to your soul? Just say, I leave it over to my higher self. I know that you've got the perfect person planned for me. I know that they're coming. I know that there will be someone for me. Just bring the best person that can be for me and help me to heal so that I'm ready when they come. I think one of the greatest things that I ever did for myself was I did this. It was sort of like a ritual. It was a meditation that I did where I was tired of all the bull crap relationships. I was just tired and done. And I sat down and I went, you know what? I'm ready. I want a high vibe relationship. I want a high vibe partner. But for me to have a high vibe partner, I'm going to have to become high vibe. So I can see already here that you are ready for your partner, but you also recognize that you need to focus on yourself. Good. And that's the first place to be. It's wonderful. And I'm glad that you're here. So I do have some other people that energetically are going to be watching this later. And so I'm going to be doing another read here really quick until we get some more people on here. Yeah. Well, this actually might be coming in with you too, goddess. There might be a continued. Oh my. Okay, so to only take on what resonates, I have healing. I've got a big time healing that needs to come your way from a strife. I feel like it's almost like there's two men that are fighting over. And that a healing had to come. It's like an awakening happened. This might have been actually one of those situations where there's choices. There's a choice to be made. A choice between two men. This might be for you, goddess. But to stay in your spiritual path, to stay where you are, because anything can happen. You will ultimately know, and you're going to pick the hero, your emperor. You're going to pick him. But there may be two. There may be two that you'll be choosing from. Well, isn't that a nice problem to have? Isn't that a nice problem to have? If this resonates, you take it on, okay? Having two men that want all of these delicious feminines that are here. Why not? But you'll choose the hero. You'll choose the one who matches you. Right? Is he on the same path as you? And depending on your spiritual path or wherever you are, that true person will reveal themselves to be a true match for you. You'll know. There will be no, you'll know. Just let them show themselves to you. This would be that opportunity. This would be that, don't get in too hot and heavy, too quick, too fast. This would be like a, all right, show yourself to me. Let me see. Kind of that situation. Okay? Because, oh, it's a nice problem to have, isn't it? Having two men, especially those ones, muscles, like, dang. We love that, don't we? Oh, God. I know it's early here, but it's Valentine's. Sexy, sexy, sexiness. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Shar, you know what? I'm just saying, okay? I'm being guided to say the following. An X is usually an X for a reason. You know, sometimes we feel like maybe there's some undones, but we already know. Like, we know. But sometimes those X's will want to keep coming back because for them, there is some undone business. Now, you don't have to, okay? But if you feel within yourself, now understand that we are either adding karma to our list where we're actually not taking care of it, or we're taking it off of our list. So in any situation where you feel like you've got an ex coming back and they're saying, you know, I really want to work on this or whatever, you know within yourself. But what you could do is you could ask them, what do you need for closure? Because if within yourself, you know that it is done, this relationship is over, that it is complete, it is finished, then to honor the other person that you did love at one point and not to deny that. Okay, that you opened your heart to them, you opened your body to them, you opened your life to them at some point. So when you are, when you're really closing that door and taking it off the list, could you ask, what is it that you need so that we can finish this? Because for me, it's finished. What do you need? And then that way you can honor each other. And then there will be no pending karma. It'll be done. Okay. And you will know that you have left that with the utmost of intention and integrity. Shar, that's really big in your world right now. And so if you're wanting intention and you're wanting integrity to come from another person, okay, a future lover, exercise it in your own life with your past relationships. Okay. Again, this came up for you, girl, standing in your own power, right? Honoring who you are. You got this. I'm going to pull out a different deck. We're going to work on my twin flame deck. Goddess, I have to vet them for sure. You do, girl, because you're hot. Both of you. Like, I've got two right now. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I got a whole bunch of cards that kind of flung out. Let's take a look at the story, shall we? Let's just see. Oh. You guys are manifesting something brand new. Are you ready? This actually came up in my sessions this morning. One in particular, and I just said to her, you know, you're about to embark on a massive adventure. Are you ready? This energy is really prominent. This day, this Valentine's Day is significant. It's like a portal of a new adventure. It's like a new opening. And if you will allow yourself to go there, the potential of where it could take you is awesome. So I feel both of you are enjoying your bliss. This is you going, I really love where I am. I like what I've built for myself. I've got quite a bit of abundance. I feel that. I feel that you guys have always, you got X. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, he's got some healing to do, doesn't he? Yeah, that's hard, isn't it? That's really hard, especially when there's kids involved. So honor their father, right? Honor everybody. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Hold strong boundaries. And that's what this is all about. This is that true loving of the self, right? This is the, I got this, I got this, I got this, and you've got this. Whoever's watching this in at whatever time, you've got this. You are manifesting something brand new. Like there is no denying it. And you're in for something brand new, an adventure. This is Paige. This is also a message. This is something that's coming in that it'll be free. It'll bring in a new experience. But you're manifesting it. You're the creators, right? So what are your intentions? That's at the foundation of everything that we do in our lives. You know, if you're going to intend to create that connection, how are you connecting? Are you doing it because you need to have a little bit of, I don't know, attention or whatever? We all go through this, okay? And it's sort of like, okay, wait a minute. It's something that I can give myself, or am I going to someone kind of falsely inviting them into my inner circle because I don't have what I need in my inner circle that I need to be giving to myself? And you totally can do this. There's nobody outside of you that is going to be able to bring it in more beautiful than you. There is something about that. Really trusting in the self, right? Trusting in your ability. This one just went flying onto the floor. Let's see what it says. Because, boundaries. Okay, and I'm supposed to read it both ways because there's some of you that are not, you've created some really healthy boundaries. See, they're not too strong, right? You're allowing it to come in, but there's also this part too, and that's not having enough boundaries. Now, boundaries are both physical and energetic. So understanding that boundaries are key in any journey, love journey, work journey, your career journey, your self-discovery journey, your spiritual journey. It's important to understand all of the boundaries, that there's multiple, okay? Especially when you're on an energetic sacred union journey. So I'm being guided to share the following. When you first go through an awakening, okay, and you are experiencing yourself at energetic levels that you have not experienced before, when you do come across a divine masculine or a masculine that is awakened, and he very much knows how to use his energy, divine feminines, you may feel the masculine energy coming all up on in your stuff. You may feel energetically some masculines that will either see you on social media, or if you booked a reading or a session with a divine masculine who is awakened, I'm going to tell you, they know how to connect, and they know how to connect into you. And if they've got a little crush on you, or if they're interested in you, then sometimes what they'll do is they'll fantasize with them. Can I say this on YouTube? Can I say masturbate? I'm pretty sure I can, but they will, and you'll feel it. And you'll feel the energy of a masculine trying to come into your yoni energetically. So you have to learn how to master that boundary as well. That's super critical in this path, because that will happen. Yeah, that's another part of our mastery that we need to figure out, because there will be masculines who want to energetically come in and enjoy that with you. And sort of like a quickie in the 5D. So no longer do they have to buy you a drink or take you out. They can just connect with you in the 5D. And so it's up to you to go, no, this is my sacred temple, or sure, I'm open and I'd be willing to. But just remember that every time you are energetically, you actually are taking on some of their stuff. And that means you've got to then heal some of their stuff. Okay. So remember that every time you're intimate with someone, every time that you share yourself emotionally, physically, in any way, you actually are sharing all of yourself. So you actually energetically will take some of them into you, especially being the divine feminine, because we open ourselves literally to be entered. And if you are having a physical sexual relationship and they have an orgasm, they will leave that energy inside of you. And so sometimes you will need to do that clearing and that cleansing. It's very important. So this is when you could do like a yoni steam. You can help to move those energies out of you. So do you remember, Shar, how I was asking you to pull your energies back to you? The other part of that is I release in love any energies that are not mine, that need to be let go of, that I don't need to hold on to because they're not part of me, not for the highest good. And you release it back in love. So you can pull all of your energy back to you, absolutely, filtered with your beautiful golden egg that you have around you to protect you. But also release the energy back and imagine it leaving your chakras. Like imagine it leaving your root chakra. Imagine it leaving your sacral chakra, especially, because that is the sacred sexual universal. Okay, that's where our sexual energy is held. That's where our emotions are held. So you'll want to energetically start building stronger boundaries by releasing any of those energies from past lovers. If you are ready to meet someone new, and Valentine's very much opens up that energy of you're ready, you want to experience some new love, bring it, welcome it. But just remember, okay, that you want to be in a place where you can actually release and heal all of the energies of the past relationships. And that's why I was saying, make sure that you can honor your past partner. So if they keep coming up, they're coming up because they don't feel it's resolved. I know you might have your kids together, but there is something else that needs to be healed between you so that it can be let go of, and that you each are then free to go and live beautiful lives separate from each other, and to fall in love again, to actually wish for your ex-partners that they find the most beautiful love that they can possibly find for them. Because when you wish it for them, you're wishing it for yourselves. Bring that love in. Bring it in. And you bring it in by welcoming it and knowing that you're worthy of it too. That's another part to this. Worthy of having a real exceptional love in your life. Like, are you wanting the same love you've always had? I don't think so. I feel a lot of goddess energy here. I feel like a lot of you are really wanting something more. Like there's gotta be more to this love stuff than just the, okay, you're kind of cute and let's get together. But it always fizzles out. I'm telling you, the real strong, deep love, that soul love, that connected love. Oh, it just gets better with time. It's like a fine wine. Okay? Yeah. You guys are goddesses. I can totally feel it. Okay, so honor that. That's really coming up strong. I don't think I want to repeat myself, but energetically identify who you want to be making love with in the physical and in the 5D and beyond. Okay, because there's going to be some masculines, and we get this. This be loving on yourself. This would be loving on yourself. And I love that you said that, Shar, that you always wish and you want happiness for your ex. That's brilliant. That's when you're coming from this place, what do you think will come back to you? You are then that magnet of the love that you send out, that you give. But the thing is that you got to give it to yourself first. Do you see this? This is a fountain that is over top of her, that is like cycling within her. It's not going out of her. It's not coming out to you. It's in her, to practice that. And that's part of creating some of those really solid boundaries. Okay. I want to see here. Oh, and some of you are holding on really tight. What are you holding on tight to? Oh, money. Oh, this is coming up. This just seems to be around me. I don't know what this is, but it's like a lot of relationships have ended. A lot of relationships back in 2020, COVID was sort of like that. Whatever cracks were in the foundation of the relationship, I think COVID just went and blew them all up to smithereens. Hey. And that was in any kind of relationship. That was like in work relationships. It was in home relationships. It was friendships, it's family, everything. Right. So I'm just wondering if some of you have ended relationships, but you're sitting in an economic relationship. And what I mean by that is, and I'm getting this a lot in all my sessions. I'm getting where because of COVID, it's not the time to sell the house, right? Everything's gone to shit, right? Like, pardon my language. But it has, like, we can't sell our homes and go on and do our, so if you've got investments together, a lot of couples are actually living separate within that house, or if they've got other houses, one spouse is living in one house and what would have been like a rental apartment, which they can't rent it out anyway, they're now living in it. So you're living separate lives, but you're tied economically. And you're just waiting for when it changes so that you can get out of those economic ties. And I feel like that's what this is. This is like that. You would love to be free and follow love, but you're still economically tied to some of either debts or the person that you're with. You guys have assets, and it's not the time or you'll lose your shirt, right? So where do you go? Do you go to love? Oh, yeah. COVID's actually, it created another obstacle, if you will. It just created another obstacle. And it was an obstacle of a blessing. It was an obstacle of ruin. Sometimes the other person is like, you know what, my life is falling apart. I'm just like, for COVID, it created that last crack in the foundation where their lives just fell apart. Okay. And that's what I was talking about. And so sometimes, and it depends on how big their ego is. If their ego is really big and they're all tied up in status, in the, oh God, anything, you name it, right? Is I've got to be the person. Everybody saw me this way. And if I go to be over here to be this way, right? Like, people will talk. Or, right? Like, it's just this, it's a drama story that we create within ourselves because, yeah. And I'm getting this mini story that just jumped out. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love tarot. Can I just tell you? Okay. And some of it too is family. There's a lot of secrets in the family, but if we just keep pretending just a little bit longer, right till the end of COVID, we'll be okay, right? No, it'll all come apart. So some people are still, they're just hanging on by that thread, and it'll all come apart. It just might be, okay? There are some situations that need that, and it's a blessing. If you're living a life that isn't authentically how you want it to be, it'll kill you. You know that, guys. You know that. This is where you actually will have like physical heart attacks. You'll have like physical illnesses because you can't keep pretending that it's all great, right? And it's pentacles. We got the house, we got the 2 cars, we've got the vacation home. Oh, on the outside, oh God, we look so good, don't we? But inside, we're all dying. And that's what COVID brought. It's like you can't sustain that. You're going to be faced with the ugliness. You're going to be faced with it because it's time. It's time to break through and to find that inner strength. And that's what I love about this. And I'm loving that this came out because you know you can't stay here. And that's when you find that inner conviction. That's when they'll find that inner strength to go, okay, this cannot continue. It's just not, it can't continue. letting go will start happening. Letting go. And so it's when people are, so Shar, I feel like in the situation that you might be in, there might be another person that's involved that maybe they're trying to move away from, or their business or whatever. There's a whole drama. There's a whole bunch of stuff, okay? And inside, they're falling apart, right? Leave them to do that. This is their experience. This is their journey. This is what they need to experience. Sometimes you have to go to absolute ruin to be reborn. Everything, you have to hit bottom, right? Yeah. It just, for this to happen fully. And what I love about this card is, let's really look at this, shall we? She is letting it go. Do you see? Like, I know my camera is like, because it's trying to focus on me. So let's see if we can get it to focus on here. But yeah, do you see how it's coming from her here? And it is leaving. This is the energy of the experience itself. And this is the emotional, this is the release that needs to happen from the soul to really purify it and finish it, to let it go with honor and integrity. Okay? It needs to be done right, not falsely, in every situation, because that way we know. Remember, I was talking earlier about our list, right? So either we're adding more to our karma list that we're going to have to clean up, or we're taking it off. And you'll know, you'll be guided. That actually came out in my cards earlier. You guys know, you have the wisdom, you have it within you. It's all about trust. It's all about trust. And the trust, it's not in, and this comes up quite a bit in my sessions. Like, it's all about trust, right? A trust and abandonment, trust and abandonment. So it's actually all within yourself. So when have you made a decision, a choice, or an action, and it turned out to be the wrong one, and you beat yourself up over it? You probably lost a little bit of trust within yourself, or your self-esteem took a hit. Something happened. But what we tend to do is we'll go, that pain, if it was another person or it was another experience, our ego mind will go, oh, don't do that again. Don't give your heart like that again. Don't go over there and do that. But actually what it is it's that choice and the decision where you really centered within yourself, where you in true alignment for you to go, this is right for me. I'm going to go in this direction. This is right for me. And I trust that this is right for me. Because ultimately that is it. It's never about trusting the other people that they're going to be okay with your heart, that they're going to take care of it. It's you. You're the one who is going to take the utmost care of your heart. And you're not going to be foolish. You're not going to just give it to anybody. You're going to be very careful. Okay? You're going to be very careful with who you're going to share your body with, because you know in the past when you were just kind of going, you're like, geez, I'm kind of lonely and a little horny. It would be so great to get some. But you knew at the end, you were like, yeah, it's not what I wanted. It was fun, okay, but it was not what I wanted. And so there was a part of you that you were beating yourself up because of the choice and the action. But you have every right to give yourself permission to do whatever feels right for you in the time, and to set your intention on it. So for example, I love chocolate and cookies and chips and all those things. Okay, instead of going, I can't eat that, I don't have permission, go, I'm going to have this chip and I'm going to enjoy it. Instead of going, I know I shouldn't be eating this. I know I shouldn't be eating it. Go, I'm going to enjoy this chip. I'm going to enjoy this cookie, and I'm going to enjoy it. And you're going to like savor every bit of it, right down to the cellular level. You can even clean it. Like, you know how we've got chakras in our hands, right? So you can actually bless your food before it. You'll be like, if you have a cookie, just telling you, I make these dynamic cookies. They're so bad, but they're so good. And I eat them. Anyway, bless it and just say, I'm going to enjoy you. And then enjoy it. It's the same in everything that we do in our lives. Enjoy it. You're here to enjoy every part of your life. You're here to enjoy your relationships. And if you're not enjoying the experience, you can say, why am I not enjoying this experience? Is it because I'm choosing not to enjoy this experience? Or is it because I am not worthy of enjoying this experience? Like, what's coming up? Why can't I feel joy when I'm in it? And maybe it's not because it's not the right decision for me. But I'm telling you right now, the trust, it will come in when you're like, I don't want to be in that situation, and you won't do it. It's when you're listening authentically to yourself over and over and over again. You're like, what do I want? Yeah, I want that. Okay. It's not about that, hun. It's not about life is too short. It actually isn't. It's about you taking on your day, your moment with the utmost of direction, purpose, magnitude, wherever you want to take it, because then you don't feel victimized. It's when you can say, you get up at 6:15 a.m. and you're like, I'm getting up at 6:15 a.m. because I'm setting the intention that I want to have my day start at this time. I'm setting the intention that I want to meditate. I'm setting the intention that I'm going to take care of myself. I'm setting the intention that I want love and partnership in my life. I'm setting the intention. So whatever obstacles show up that will be there for me to test my intention, to test the trust within myself, to test the love that I know that I want. It's just there to go, really? Do you want it? How far are you willing to go down the rabbit hole? How far are you willing to fall in love with you to get that which you really desire? Or are you just going to settle? How many of you have settled? Right? Or you didn't give it to yourself. You were like, that's not meant for me. I'm not supposed to have that. And so you wouldn't allow yourself to even go there. How many times has that happened? And the other thing too is that with our divine partners, they're going to be in whatever they're going to be in. Let them be there. That is their journey. It's their unfolding. It's going to be messy at times. And you may even feel the energy of the pain of what they're going through. Hold space for them while you're loving yourself. And the more you let go and love yourself, the more to shit their life becomes. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I don't mean to say it like that. And it's not that I want uncomfortable wishes on anybody. It's not that at all. It's when we're not willing to face certain aspects of ourselves. And if we are in a true sacred divine partnership and we're connected with someone, and I really do, guys, you're working in tandem, okay? When you clean up an area of your life and you start doing a lot of cleaning up, and if they're still kind of back here, okay, and I don't know if you guys watched one of my other readings, but when I talked about the journey being a forest, okay, with all the obstacles and that you're beside each other. Well, you just made a major clearing. I'm not kidding you. He will actually feel the pull of it energetically. It'll almost pull him through all of the obstacles that he needs to face. So have you ever heard of those situations where it's like there was a job that you knew you already needed to kind of leave, but you were holding and kind of dragging your boots on it? And then they called you up one day and they're like, we're downsizing. So you're one of the ones that gets the cut. And you're like, what? I didn't know. Yeah, you did. It's just, you were preparing yourself for the readiness of being ready, of having it happen. And the universe is going, you're taking too long getting ready. I'm going to change it for you. And that's what happens in divine sacred partnerships. If we've got one that is going, I'm going in this direction, and the other one is going, yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. It's like a slingshot happens, because this is supposed to continue. You guys are moving in tandem. So it's almost like overnight, their lives will fall apart. They'll lose their job. They'll lose their house. They'll start losing their friends. They might lose all their money. Like, there lots of things will happen to help them to move beyond all of the things that they're like, oh, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. But they're not. Watch for that. Okay. And just have the utmost compassion. Oh, way to go, Ka. Oh, I love it, Goddess. She's like, yeah, I caught myself before I was about to settle for something, and I had to remember who I was. girlfriend. Yeah, that's it. Right? You're like, who am I? And this is the thing, is that, you know, we tend to have this bad habit of beating ourselves up for the person that we were, as opposed to the person that we've now become. We've all made really lame ass decisions. We've all made choices that took us into a path that we shouldn't have gone to. But you know what? It's because we really weren't in alignment with our truest selves. We were following other people. We were following the trend, or we were following whatever. But it wasn't us. We weren't following ourselves. We weren't listening. And it's the same with abandonment. Where are you abandoning yourself? And that's it. When you're putting yourself last, when you're putting yourself last, when you're putting yourself last instead of first. How many times, right? So trust and abandonment, it's because we do it to ourselves all the time. So let's pull out some more cards. I think I'm off my soapbox now. I hope that helps you guys. This is a bit of my coaching. I want you to be the best that you can possibly be, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to expand. We're here to be the best that we can possibly be. We're not here to live small. Hell no. And we're here to change things. We're here to shake this world up, and it's happening. And the divine masculines are going through a lot of healing right now. And this one's coming out again. The divine masculines are learning to trust themselves. This is the higher self. This is the going within. This is finding that alignment, but they won't find it until everything falls apart, until they let go of the falsities. And that's the ego. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get rid of the ego. You need to keep the ego. There's the wounded ego, and then there's the healthy ego. The wounded ego, you'll know within yourself what that wounded ego feels like. That's the one that's going, stop. Do you remember we did that before and it really hurts? So don't you dare. And I'm going to feed you full of a whole bunch of crap to beat yourself up, so that hesitation is there and that you don't make the move. Yet inside yourself, you're going, yeah, but this is new. I'm new. And that's when you need to sort of say, okay, ego, thank you. I appreciate you. Your job is to keep me safe. I appreciate it. But could you please go sit in the corner, go have a bath, go chill. It's all good. I know what I'm doing. That's where the trust comes in. That's when you're like, I trust myself. I know that I'm heading in the right direction. Shar. Cancer is family. And Pisces, you guys are too, but you're very independent. He has family issues. You said that already. Unfortunately, all of this reading was a little bit of that. Cancers have the hardest time when it comes to family. The loyalty of family. They're like that King of Pentacles. They will stay and stay and stay and stay and stay and stay, because the guilt is so huge. They feel that they've let people down. They're not honoring themselves, you see. Yeah. Pisces, you guys are more independent and you're more free thinking. You're not so tied up into it. So again, culture plays a big part too. I don't know what the culture is, but I'm feeling that he might be part of like a culture family where family's really big. And you don't want to stay anymore. Then let him go. And can I tell you, I'm going to tell you something. As soon as you let go, guess what's going to happen? Just let him go. Just let him go. Let him go. And then build your beautiful life. And if he decides that he wants to be a part of it, then you can choose to let him enter. One of the things that I said to my DM, okay, when we were going through our separation, is I said, get clear in your heart and your mind. Make space for me, and then I'll choose to enter. And that's exactly what I want you guys to do. I want you to set the intention that they need to be absolutely clear within themselves. They need to be clear. They need to be clear. Clear. Suzanne, hey girl. They need to be so clear that that they know without a doubt. They're like, I'm coming for you, babe. Like they'll know it. It'll just be in them. It'll be a resonating knower of their knower, and they'll learn to trust it. Join Misty's Patreon. Thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, I have Patreon channel, and I put a whole bunch of stuff in there. Suzanne, you're so awesome. If you want to go check it out, you can. All my information is down below. But okay, back to the Pisces and Cancer. Okay, and Goddess, if you've got anything else you want to know, you let me know. Okay, and then I will continue. But let's go back to that Cancer and Pisces. Okay, so the Cancer that I feel is that he's part of like, and I feel like, and please forgive me, I feel like a culture where it could be either like East Indian or Muslim, where it's very, very much about family. And they're tied. It's almost like, don't get me wrong, like a love that they have for each other is beautiful, but it's like an entanglement. It's not healthy. It can be somewhat destructive because it's not about them being their own people and about them expressing themselves and expanding as individuals. It's like, no, don't you dare do that, because you know it affects all of us. And so there's that pressure. See, I knew it. I knew that was in there for you. So that's the obstacle there that you guys have to get beyond. And the way to do it is to exercise the beautiful love that you're feeling in your chest, because love has no borders. It has no boundaries. It has no obstacles. Love is just love. And you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. And I feel that very much for your partner, Shar, is that he's taught. He's like, it's like he's getting pulled in so many different directions, and they don't know where to go. They don't know where to go. Like they're being pulled over here and they're being pulled by you, and they're being pulled over here. So why don't you just let them go? It's like that tug of war. Just let go. Let go of the rope, Shar. I want you to like envision it in front of you that you let him go. You let go of the rope. You let go of the expectations. You just wish him love, and you send him love, and you be in love, and you do that whole exchange of love, but just let him go. Okay? Free yourself from that. And if he chooses at a later time, then he came back in and left you hanging. Really, Goddess? You tried to end things, and then he came back in and he left you hanging. Oh, okay, you have to understand. Okay, I'm going to explain this too. This comes up a lot in the Sacred Union path, okay, is any relationship. Let's just talk about any relationship, any connection. You guys, and if you've seen my readings, I feel like you guys are new. I think you're new to me. Suzanne, you're a long timer, so hi, girl. But this is what it is, okay? You guys are going to do this. You're going to have this delicious, like, oh my gosh, yes. And then it's going to be like, wait a minute, who am I? Because this part is when you're merging, you're connecting, and so you need to, and there's a part of you too, and some of it's fear, some of it's trust, it's abandonment. It's like, wait a minute, this is getting too close. I'm going to get swallowed up, or I'm going to lose myself, or whatever happens. And then this happens. And then you'll pull away. And sometimes you'll pull away and you'll go, okay. I can't do this because it's too much or it's too intense. And I find that happens quite a bit for both of us, not just the divine masculine. I want you to take ownership of your part of the journey to divine feminines, okay? That even you at times when you're going through the pain of it, when you're going through the, oh God, and some of it will be, and Goddess, I'm feeling for you that you actually were already anticipating, because this has actually happened a couple times between you. Right? And it's okay. It's an energetic dance. You guys are figuring it out. You're figuring it out. But just when you let go and you start setting those boundaries, that's why that boundaries was here. And I took it apart. I took it away. I need to bring it back up. Okay? This is about you really setting your intentions for how you want this connection to be for you. how you want your connections to be with you. Okay, so, and there is no right or wrong. Please do not, this is your experience. You are experiencing yourself in everything you do. Okay, so it's sad, but you have to let him go. Yeah, it is. And so at first you're going to do that. I let you go, but you need to do the I let you go, which is in acceptance of how everything is, how you are together, that they're over there in their journey and figuring out what is possible for them while you're over here and you're figuring out yours. Okay? And then you'll get to a place where spiritually you will let go to such a degree that they actually can enter now. Now, I know you guys, I know you can hear this, so I'm going to say it one more time. You will be able to energetically, in love, you'll be able to release and let them go so much that what happens is this. It's like you create all of this space now in freedom. Divine Feminine, you're all energy. The masculine is the physical manifestation. So when you open up energetically, his energy then can come in. Do you understand? So that's where you need to be. And so that's what I mean. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. And then when you can be in that place of complete, and there's no resistance, you feel complete peace. You feel complete love and compassion. You have no You guys are so fun. I love it. I just love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna read them out. Okay, Shar, I love it. You're like setting boundaries. Yeah, so I can't let him in and out of my life anymore. And that's it exactly. It's about what is meaningful for you. How do you want to enjoy this partnership? Do you want to enjoy it the way it is? Or would it be better for you to say, okay, how about we just agree just to let each other go and do our separate healing? And, you know, maybe in 3 months we'll play catch up. How are you doing? How is your life? What's going on? You know, if that works for you. And then Goddess, you're like, yeah, I hope you don't enter when my new man comes in, because there was that card where there was the 2 guys, right? That may come in. That may come in. But the thing is this, is that Goddess, what I'm getting out of this is, are you bringing in a man just because of that? Because you're hoping it'll get him? Or that you're like, I've moved on. Like, I'm just wondering, okay? Because remember I was talking about the energy. Every time we bring in another person into our lives, we are energetically now introducing them into our lives. And they become a part of us. And if we haven't completed the residual or the leftovers of that other, then they'll come in and it just creates more chaos. But you know your journey, Goddess. You know your journey. And if that is what is meant to happen, then it will. Just what are your intentions? What are your intentions? Because every time you go against an intention or you don't set one and you're just sort of going through life, there'll be less victimhood. There'll be less fear of it collapsing on you when you know that you're actually not the controller, but yeah, you're the CEO of your life. You're like, I set my intention and I know that I want a high vibrational relationship. I don't want anything less than. Okay. If you set that intention and you're trusting your higher self, then no man's going to come in, because that boundary is going to be so set and so beautiful that the man that is going to be attracted to you is going to be you. See what I'm saying? They're going to be the equivalent of you. So I said this one other time, one of my readings, and it's this. It's as we mature in the love that we have for ourselves, then we mature more when we come into love with others. So for example, if I kind of sort of like myself, then I will attract someone who kind of sort of likes themselves. And that's the level of which we'll be able to exchange our love at. And that'll be it. The rest of it will be our insecurities. It'll be the clashing. It'll be a mess because we're only meeting at the very minimum of I kind of sort of like myself. And you're going to attract that. And then as you mature and you fall deeper in love with yourself, you're then, okay, no, I love myself. So then you will attract, you'll become the magnetic, right, attractor to that same love. And so do you see what I'm saying? But if you get yourself to that ultimate place of you're like, no, I'm like really in love with myself. Like, I mean, so in love with yourself that, and this is part of my mirror exercise that I do in my coaching. And that is, I want you to be able to go to the mirror that you have practiced that self-love and that mirror exercise so much that when you're in grief and you're feeling pain, that as soon as you see your beautiful face, you light up and you love yourself. That's where I want you ladies to be. I want you to be able to look in that beautiful mirror, in that no matter what this was telling you, how ugly you are, how unlovable you are, how whatever those words are that you keep feeding yourself, that you have now anchored within yourself such a love for yourself that as soon as you see your beautiful face, all you see is love. I want you to get there. Because then it won't matter who comes into your life and if they want to come into your life and whenever they come into your life, if they come into your life, because you'll be so kind of blissed out with you and loving you that it won't matter. And you'll just wish them love. You'll wish them peace. And you'll want the very best for them while you're building your beautiful life. And hopefully someday you'll be able to come together so you can share it together. And if not, there will be an amazing, and I'm not kidding you, okay? If you guys are meant to come together, and it really is that whole expression, if you really love someone, something, set it free. If it's not the right time, set it free. And if it's meant to come back to you, then it will. It will. And if it's not, then it won't. So in the meantime, why not cultivate the deepest, yummiest love relationship with you? Like, I mean, love yourself, not narcissistically where everybody else is not part of the plan and that you're just ignoring them and using them to get whatever you need. It's not that. It's like you love yourself in that you wouldn't want anything less than the best for yourself, right? Especially the gift of a relationship, an intimate one, the sharing of yourself, the sharing of your life with somebody, right? Okay, if there's unfinished business with your past person, what is it? What is it? And can you heal it? And I'm not saying, because sometimes you don't have to call them. I'm going to grab my phone. Hey there. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like that. It can be straight up where you just do it through the heart. There's this beautiful meditation that I do where you will, of course, you're in your protective bubble. Okay. So you're in this beautiful golden egg. Okay. Where you're all protected and you're safe. And what you'll do is you will bring up the person in your mind's eye, but you know that you're protected. You can even imagine that there's this huge, massive pane of glass between you so that you're not getting any of the energy between you. Okay. That's part of that boundary, energetic boundary. And all you do is through your heart, you can then connect to that person and just say whatever you need to say. You can say, I forgive you, because that's really important. Something else that I released for my Patreon members is that Ho'oponopo prayer, which is the deepest Like, it's the best. Honestly, it heals everybody. So if you can do that, if you can do the deepest letting go, the I love you, it's backwards. It's please forgive me. No, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So you would go through that and you would say what you need to say to them. And you may be guided where there'll be certain memories or things that will come in that will spur you to release. You will see them. You can even ask, please show me the things that I need to release between me and my partner. What are the things that I need to let go of so that I can let them go? And then in your mind's eye, you might actually see like a little storyline that will come across. And then you can do that Ho'oponopono prayer over and over again on each one of these and release them until you feel you're done. Okay. And okay. Yeah. And you were holding back, so you weren't really sharing your emotions. This might be an opportunity for you guys to go into a meditation where you're actually feeling like you could be in the room with them, but you're not. And you guys are sharing your emotions with each other. You can try that on too. I'm telling you, whatever you do, and if you're doing it with the intention of healing and you're doing it from the intention of love, it heals everybody. No one is without. It heals everyone. So take it on yourselves. Okay, so here I am going into 116. I'm going to go a little bit longer here for you guys. I love it that I was able to help you three. And Suzanne, thanks for coming on, you girl. So cute. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Joy. Okay. Joy is the greatest gift that you can give yourself. It's also the greatest gift that you can express out into the world. It's actually our purest state of bliss, of oneness. It's what we feel within ourselves when we really are tuned in, tapped in, and aligned. We know we feel this when we're in our moments of absolute oneness with self. If you've ever experienced that, and I hope you do, and I hope you do it often. And if you do have a sacred connection with your partner, so in a twin flame connection, you may, but most of the divine feminines that I feel that I talk to have the experience of the three hearts across their chest. So they have a feeling of a heart right here, which is theirs. This is your spirit flame. You'll have your heart chakra in the center, and then you'll have the spirit flame right here of your partner, and this is where you can feel them. Okay, so it depends, because sometimes you, even though you're in a feminine vessel, you might actually have more masculine energy, and so you will live more here and they'll live over here. Okay, and that will switch. It will come back and forth, and you'll do the dance back and forth between you, but it's all in the chest. It's all right here, and that's what I always talk about in all my readings, in all of my sessions. This is actually where the love lives. It actually doesn't live here. Okay, so if you're here, drop it down into here. Okay, that's where the joy lives. That's where the joy lives. And by the way, we mirror everybody. Everybody's our mirror. Everybody, not just our intimate partners, not just our people that we love. Everybody is a mirror to us in it's our kids, even our pets, people at work. Have you noticed that you'll be going into a job and it's almost like you have the same characters that are playing similar roles around you, or they have the same characters? Have you had that? Friendship is coming up. Have you ever considered just being friends and putting the expectation of lovers or couples, or you have to be together in partnership? Have you ever just thought that you could have it in friendship? Because I'm going to tell you, that was the biggest thing for me, straight up. Okay. I've always been I know what I want and I want it now. I want it now. And if it was a romantic interest, I was like, you, me, let's go. Like, we're not talking about this. We're doing it. And they're like, okay, I'm sure. And then when it came with my DM, it couldn't have been that way because, well, he's not available. So friendship is the greatest thing that I learned to cultivate. That love of friendship. That this is actually so much more important to me. That, you know, I never learned to be a friend with somebody that I absolutely adore and love. I've never done that except until I met my Spartan King. That's what I call him. If you're watching this, babe, I love you. And I do. I love you as a friend too. And I want you guys to get there. Shar, oh, you're seeing all those numbers. They're getting your attention. Your guides are trying to get your attention. It's also your higher self is talking to you. So when you're seeing your numbers, which are synchronicities, but by the way, our brain has a way of doing that. So don't worry about that so much because our brain will go, oh, I see that. It must mean that. And right away, your brain goes, I can put it into a file. I can index it. I can compartmentalize it. I can label it. I can put it over here. No. What I want you to pay closer attention to is when that is coming up, what is happening for you? And make an agreement. Again, I'm going to tell you guys what are your intentions. If you're like, I want to see synchronicities that I'm on the right path, connect with your higher self and say, show me birds. Show me birds. I want to see birds. Or you can make it even harder on them. You can be like, on them, your guides, your higher self. It's all one. You're all one. Everything's one. So ask for something specific just for you. Don't worry about all of this other stuff that you hear about the synchronicities. Build something within yourself that you know to be true, and that as soon as you see it, you know that it's for you. So it can be dragonflies. It can be whatever you want. It can be a heart with like flames coming out of it. If you want a sign, if this is your twin flame or if you're in a sacred connection, please don't look at all of the numbers and all of that stuff. That is your brain's way of putting it into a box. Okay. I used to do that too. I used to like do the whole, like, I need to put this into a box. I have to explain this. So it's actually really good in my journey that I was like that because it helped me to be a better coach while on a twin flame sacred union path, because it helped me to ask the questions like, what does this really mean? Today that he texted you exactly at 11:11 that he loves you. Perfect. So what I want you to do is when that happens, I want you to enjoy it. I want you to just take it in, and I want you to go, oh, he loves me. Isn't that wonderful? He loves me. Isn't that wonderful? And that's it. Don't let the mind go, oh, okay, now we're coming together. Oh, okay, now it's the time. Oh, we're going to get married. Oh, the babies, none of that. Just, oh, isn't that wonderful? And just bask in it. Okay, joy. Joy. Good. Good. Fourth chakra. Yeah. You know, it takes a lot to express our love to someone. It takes a lot. Some people can just say it and, you know, it rolls right off their tongue and you know they're not being authentic. I used to kind of do that. I used to do that in my old relationships. And I noticed that I would do it because I wanted something. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't saying it because I genuinely wanted to connect. So I ask you that too. That's why I want you to enjoy it when you're in it. Okay? Because it's when we can say, like you can say, I love you, but I'm gonna tell you something else too. When we say the words I love you, actually what we're saying is, and I love it that this came out, the fourth chakra. This is the heart. When you are saying I love you, you actually are saying I love you to the aspect of you that is in them. So by him saying that he loves you, he's actually loving the aspect of you that he sees that is him. So he's falling in love with himself. Do you understand? That's how that works, is that the love is actually the love that they see in you that is them, and you're seeing it back and forth. Good. Enjoy his voice. Good. Good. Enjoy it. It's good that you're talking. Okay. Friendship. Let go of any expectations. Let go of any expectations. Just stay in friendship. And then ask yourself, so if you're wanting a true partnership, like someone who is physically going to be in your life, enjoying you, being with you, loving you, okay, physically, that's what you really want. That's your intention. That's what you're stating for yourself, that you really want to have someone who is going to fully be there and be present. Then creating a friendship with him because he is over and having another connection or whatever he's in, okay? You're then honoring where you are. You are then opening up the space for it to be whatever it needs to be. That is when you're stepping into that next level of acceptance, okay? And then that's when your soul will open up even more and you will have this beautiful, blissful connection that is really divinely orchestrated for you. Okay. And to not be so convinced that it has to be one person. Okay. It doesn't have to be that person. I want you to enjoy the energy of being in it as opposed to it being a particular person or a particular outcome or whatever it needs to be. I want you just to enjoy the experience of where you are right now. And whatever is happening inside of you, and if they're bringing up that beautiful joy within you, embrace it within yourself and say, I am worthy of having this love. And that is it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up here, guys, at about 1:30. I think that's long enough. And I so appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for being here. We get strength. Hold on. Some of you are going to need it. You're going to need to really dig deep this next little while. There's going to be some big changes, especially with your divine partners. So the more that they come unraveled, the more you fall in love with yourself, the more you go into the direction of where you want to go, the more it will either pull and catapult them to come towards you. And that means more stuff will have to fall away in their lives and you may witness it. Hold strong. You've got this. Everything that is happening for you is happening as a beautiful gift. You are here to experience yourself fully, and that you have the total strength to get through anything that is coming your way. You've got it in you, okay? And always to love yourself first. You know, be committed to your own journey. Be committed to who you want to be, and let it grow. Let yourself grow. Whatever your connection is, let it expand, okay? And be the very best that it can be for you. So thank you so much. And you're so very welcome, Shar. And I look forward to working with you. Okay, and you can check me out. So for those who are new, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your energy. I love doing this for you guys. It's so awesome. Even though there's only a few of you that come on, it's all good. I don't do this enough. I probably should do more because I know you guys really like it, but my readings have changed and I'm doing more of this as well. But if you do like what you see here, then by subscribing, by like hitting that like, by doing all of those things on my channel, you're helping to support my channel. And that's just one way of giving back. And I appreciate your energy exchange that way. Thank you so much. And for those who are going to watch this later, I really hope there are some messages here for you. And I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's and that you're doing well this fine day, and that you're all healing and coming into union within, because really that's where it begins, is the union within. And then after that, you are untouchable. You are unstoppable. You are undeniable. Okay. So much love to you, and keep trusting love. And I will see you guys another time on another live. Okay. So much love to you. Bye.